Hi, everybody. This is Miss Rosa or latinamamis. Like a lot of people call me latinamamis, and that's actually my Instagram name. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. So today, thank you for everybody that is watching. I appreciate it. We're starting right on time because time is valuable, and I know that a lot of you guys are taking time out of your day to support me, support us in this conversation. So I hope that you guys enjoy this conversation today. And I have my guest, Neldy, and we are going to be talking, vamos a hablar en español and English.
Both languages, Spanish and English.
Yes. And we are going to be talking about fitness, health and wellness, and like just in general, like statistics about what statistics gotta say about all those topics, two of those topics, and also just Aneldi's truth about how he has handled and been able to not been able to, but has gone through racial discrimination. And I think it's very important for us to, one, educate ourselves, right? Two, and to learn from people that actually are telling their truth, right? Because so many times nowadays, some of you guys might feel like, what is the truth, right? What is going on? So today we are opening up about those different topics, and hopefully you guys can learn something about it. Thank you, you guys. Again, you know that I'm always about working out, health and fitness, and just educating, and just hoping that you guys can learn from something that you hear in here, and also you can take something away so that you can also apply it into your own life. So we are going to start. I think that the first topic that we are going to talk about is, of course, COVID-19 has been happening for months now, a few months, going into what?
Start in early March.
Yeah. So
we're in June, so 4th months.
Wow,
already.
4 months. Yeah. And
July.
that in itself is a struggle, right? For many people. And not only that, I think a lot of what has been going on, that has been happening is with racial discrimination, and just in general, like the death of George Floyd, that brought up all of these topics back up, and personal feelings that people, we try to ignore, but they're there. So Aneldi, I know that you have gone through a few different situations where you've had to handle racial discrimination.
Yes.
As a Latino. But first of all, let's have him introduce himself.
Yeah, let me introduce myself.
Go ahead.
My name is Aneldi Oquendo. I'm from Puerto Rico. I live in New York since 2001. And I don't know, I feel like this is my house. Even though I love Puerto Rico, I love my place where I was born, and I love to travel every year to Puerto Rico. I love to go back again, but I love New York also. So yeah.
¿Lo puedes decir en español?
Oh, claro. So yo nací en Puerto Rico, soy puertorriqueño, llevo aquí en Nueva York desde el 2001. Y nada, siento como que Nueva York es mi segunda casa. Siempre viajo a Puerto Rico. Bueno, desde el 2014 estoy viajando a Puerto Rico a visitar a mi familia todos los años. Y siempre es bueno regresar al lugar de donde uno viene, donde uno nació. Pero de todos modos, Nueva York viene siendo mi segunda casa y me encanta Nueva York.
Okay. Yes, I think New York is not bad, especially where we're at. We're actually more in a quieter area,
Yeah.
versus the city life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I am pretty like quiet too. I like it quiet.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I think you do too, right?
I live in New York City for over 10 years, but I love New York City. Don't get me wrong. But I love up here too.
Yeah. You like the quietness.
Yes.
¿Lo puedes decir en español?
Viví en New York City por alrededor de 10 años, pero me gusta vivir aquí, donde estoy viviendo también, porque es más tranquilo, es más callado, y en realidad, pues, la presión en el ambiente es mucho menos. So es como más tranquilo, más comfortable, más cómodo.
Yeah. So do you want to start with sharing a time in your life where you dealt with racial discrimination?
Yes.
¿Cuándo fue la primera vez?
Fortunately, I haven't dealt with racial discrimination so often. I'm being blessed. But I deal with some issues before. Like I remember back in 2004, I was working for this company in Long Island. And wow, it was hard work. It was good pay. And I don't know, I was not wanting to go nowhere. I was wanting to stay there and make money and save money and being able to do something with my life. But at some point, the company started laying off employees. And I was one of those employees. And I remember when I went to sign the paper, because I was, laid off, I tried to talk to, let's say, the boss at that moment. He was a white guy, older, maybe in his early 50s. And I explained to him, hey, I need this job, So is there anything that I can do to stay, or can I start working in a different area, And he said, don't worry about that. I think you can do better if you go and you look for a job in McDonald's.
Wow.
And yeah, that was bad, that was bad, because at that moment I was dealing with learning about the life in New York. I already knew a lot of things, on my own, but having my good job, making good money at that moment was good money. And then going through that whole situation and this guy talking to me like that was tough. That was tough for me, yeah.
Y por favor, si lo puedes decir en español, porque yo sé que hay muchas personas que están mirando que hablan en español.
Para el 2004, yo empecé a trabajar en una compañía en Long Island. Esta compañía pues me pagaba buen dinero. Yo guiaba lo que se le llama aquí forklift. En Puerto Rico se le dice, erróneamente se le dice finger. Y estuve trabajando para esta compañía por un tiempo haciendo buen dinero. Cuando la compañía en un momento específico empezó a despedir a muchos de los empleados, yo fui uno de esos empleados que despidieron. Yo traté de hablar con uno de los líderes, uno de los jefes, un hombre de raza blanca, que tenía quizás, supongamos, como algunos 50, 55 años de edad. Y yo sé que yo estaba haciendo un buen trabajo. Le pregunté si había alguna manera de que yo pudiera retener mi trabajo, porque en realidad lo necesitaba. Y pues la contestación de él fue, yo creo que tú puedes hacer un mejor trabajo si aplicas en McDonald's. Eso para mí fue difícil, escuchar algo de una persona a quien yo le rendía cuentas en mi lugar de trabajo, que yo siempre hacía mi trabajo correctamente, que siempre tenía los vagones con la mercancía al día. Y decirme eso pues me hizo sentir mal, y lo vi como un discrimen, porque no soy blanco como él, o sea, no soy de raza blanca. Mi acento, mi inglés en esos momentos, todavía tengo acento, obviamente en estos días tengo acento.
Yo también.
Pero en esos días era mucho más fuerte mi acento. Y tú sabes, muchas de esas personas, si eres de color, si eres una persona que no puedes hablar bien el inglés, te miran por encima de tu hombro y te miran como que tú eres menos que ellos. Y esa expresión de parte de él fue lo que me hizo ver por primera vez que alguien me trataba distinto por el hecho de yo ser minoría. No me gusta decir minoría porque eso está mal dicho. Sí, no deberíamos de ser minoría. Pero por no ser blanco americano. Esa es la palabra correcta.
And the thing that I want to, that when I hear that story from you
Mhm.
is that, or that experience is that, you know, it doesn't matter if you're black, you can be Latino and you are also discriminated because you are Latino. And even though, like, knowing Anelli, I know that he's always very respectful. And I know that if somebody is even asking, hey, I need a job, instead of saying, well, I think that the next best job that you actually can do is working at McDonald's, it will be like a good human being, a person who is kind inside. And again, we want to take away the color of skin, right? We
Mhm.
want to take away the where we come from, because there is good white people out there. There is, by how are they, what is the word that they call it, not white people, but esa palabra,
Anglosajones,
yeah,
in Spanish.
but Caucasians.
Caucasian,
So
anglosajón in
there's good
Spanish.
people out there who are Caucasians. There's good people out there who are, African Americans. There's good people out there. There's good people in every race.
Mhm.
And again, we can also say that there is bad people also in every race.
Mhm.
So again, what we're doing here and what I wanted to share is not just say, oh, it's just all against white people,
Mhm.
because that's not what I'm here for, and that's not what we're
Definitely.
trying to share, or do and create more division. If
Mhm.
anything, it's just being a human being, having a good kind heart. And if I was in that position where somebody like you, if that was me, you was asking me, I can give you resources, and I can also try to do something else for you, because
Exactly.
you came to me with that need of saying, hey, I actually need that job. Is there anything that you could do for me? And I will be
Exactly.
like, you know what? Maybe this company is not going to be able to help you, but I have other ideas. Come and see me
I
afterwards.
know people.
I know people, I
Exactly.
know other resources, I know other companies. I will put a good word for you, something like that,
Yes.
instead
Yes.
of just straight up being an asshole.
Yeah.
let's let's
Yeah.
call it like that, right?
Yeah.
So that was one experience. Do you have another experience that you want to share with us?
Yes. When I used to live in New York City, I don't know if you guys remember or hear about stop and frisk. That was um that was a propaganda. I want to say it like that because more than a propaganda, that was a movement from the mayor Michael Bloomberg in those days in New York City, talking about 2002, and that went all the way from 2002 all the way to, wow, I think it's still happening. If we look at statistics, that starts in 2002. And if you don't know what is stop and frisk is, basically, if police want to stop you, I mean, you're not suspect of doing anything. Nobody calls and say, "Oh, a guy wearing this or wearing that did this or did that. Can you, police, please stop him or whatever?" No, it's just, that guy looks weird. Let me stop him. And they stop you. Your hands on the wall. They shake you. They search you, and for no reason. For no reason. So the issue about this is that this is basically something that, even though I agree, in some way I agree about stab and frisk because it slowed down the criminalidad,
Criminals. Yeah, it
criminals
slowed down
and
the,
criminal
yeah.
activity.
Yeah.
But when you start doing racial profiling, that's different. So I'm gonna stop you because you look Puerto Rican. I'm gonna stop you because you're black. You understand what I'm saying? And I deal with that many times. Many times. You have no idea how many times. Even going to church happened to me twice in Manhattan, 125th Street, close to Lexington Avenue. Even though that's not the best of the best area, still, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just walking through the sidewalk, is business all over, around me. And they just stop me. They stop me. They stop anybody that they look as somebody that is not like them.
Mm-hmm.
But any police officer, not only white police officers, we're talking about black, we're talking about Hispanics, we're talking about any race when we talk about police officers. But because this order comes from above them, they have to do it. They have to reinforce what their mayors is telling them to do. And
or what their police station, police, like what the unit of where they at, that's what they have to be doing.
Yeah, but that's the mayor. The mayor is the one who decide to put that plan in action. And profiling people, this guy.
How many times do you think you got pulled, stopped just because of that?
Honestly, it was more than 12 times, between 12, 15 times.
Wow.
And
believe
me, I was not involved in criminal activity, so it's just for the fact that I'm Puerto Rican. That's it, yeah. So, en la década del 2000, yo enfrenté lo que aquí se le dice stop and frisk, que es cuando la policía simplemente te detiene y te registra sin ninguna razón. O sea, yo voy caminando por la calle y pasa una patrulla, sea una patrulla que tiene los logos de la policía, los biombos y todo eso, o puede ser también un carro que no tenga ninguna placa, no tenga nada, que no se identifique. Y simplemente te miran y dicen, no me gusta este muchacho, déjame pararlo y verificar sus bolsillos, ver si tiene un arma, ver si tiene droga. Yo, desde cierto punto, yo estoy de acuerdo con que eso ocurriera, porque Nueva York tiene una de las incidencias criminales, es una ciudad con las incidencias criminales más altas de aquí de Estados Unidos. Pero cuando tú utilizas ese medio para poner para abusar de aquellos que son de raza negra o aquellos que somos hispanos, pues ya el interés tuyo no es bajar la criminalidad. El interés tuyo es afectar a esas comunidades específicamente. Y eso ocurrió desde el 2002 hasta el 2000, hasta el presente, pero ocurriendo en masas. Estamos hablando de sobre 66,000 personas en el 2006 que fueron, que los detuvieron, los registraron y los metieron presos. O sea, sin ningún motivo aparente. En este caso, más por su color de piel o por su apariencia física, digamos, porque parecía hispano o porque parecía de raza negra. Y por eso, pues, te vamos a verificar. Y puede ser que la persona tuviera algo ilegal y puede ser que no. Pero como quiera, ese es un mal rato que tú estás pasando completamente innecesario. A mí me ocurrió sobre 12 ocasiones. 2 de esas 12 ocasiones fui yo caminando para la iglesia un domingo. Me detuvieron, me verificaron simplemente por ser hispano. Y eso es una de las otras experiencias que he tenido aquí en Nueva York. Y es algo completamente innecesario porque aunque tú no tienes nada ilegal contigo, créeme que tú no quieres que te detengan. Es como que tú que vas transitando en la calle con tus hijos, vas guiando, vas manejando, tienes el cinturón puesto, pones tus señales, haces el pare, no te comes la luz roja y como quiera un policía te detiene y tú no sabes el por qué. Aunque tú no hayas hecho nada ilegal, para ti es injusto que ese policía te detuviera. Eso es un mal rato, como decimos en Puerto Rico, un mal momento completamente innecesario. Y eso es algo que yo lo viví aquí en Nueva York, no aquí donde estoy viviendo, acá arriba
gracias a Dios por eso.
En New York State, upstate New York. Pero en New York City es algo sumamente común. Y pues por ser hispano o por ser negro o todo aquello que no sea blanco americano, tienes la posibilidad grande de que te detengan en la calle y te hagan pasar un mal rato.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, because that's
You're welcome.
actually just the feeling of just, I don't know. I feel like we have to keep educating ourselves. We have to keep learning about the laws and the policies that are being passed, because if we really don't pay attention to those things, then we are going to continue to feel uncomfortable. And of
Definitely.
course, you like, for us to even be walking, or for you to be walking and just worrying the fact that they're going to just stop you because of your color of skin,
Mhm.
and you're like, your mind is totally like not in doing anything criminal or nothing
No.
like that, but the fact that you have to have that in your mind, that because tú eres Latino, you are Latin, your skin color is, Latino or
Mhm.
black,
Mhm.
te van a parar. And
Mhm.
I don't think nobody should have to feel
No.
that uncomfortability
It's
just because
it's
of
it's
who
like
we are.
you don't want to go to the corner store because you feel like I think I got the feeling that today they might do that to me,
Mm,
and that's
yeah.
completely unfair.
And for some people, and I thank God too, I say thank to the men up there,
Mhm.
because you've been saved. And
Oh yeah,
so many, what can we say about so many people who that happened to them, but it didn't have a good turnout, right? They
definitely,
had to go and
definitely.
experience jail time. They had to go and experience the traumatizing
Yeah.
issues, just like like the video that I did before, Khalif Browner, that they assume he stole a backpack, and then he was taken to jail because he will not say that he did something that they were accusing him of,
Hmm.
and therefore he was traumatized
Hmm.
so badly that even after he got out 3 years later, it was too much for him to handle. At 22 years old, he committed suicide.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
that's sad.
these are the small steps. So some people like Anelli, thank God that nothing happened to them, but that's like the beginning of it.
Hmm.
And another person like Khalif Browner is like, what happened to you, and then his went to a different step,
Hmm.
to the point that he's not here with us no more.
Exactly,
And
and that happened to the people that we hear about. But you know how many people went through all of that and they're not here with us anymore just because of that? But nobody knows about it.
yeah,
We don't know about it.
we don't know. And that's why I say thank you for sharing your story and your
Definitely.
experiences, because I think this is something that is very relatable to so many, but
Definitely.
we're just so afraid to come out and say, this happened to me.
We
You know
shouldn't
what I
be
mean?
we shouldn't be afraid, but that's how our society is working. It's been working
Mhm.
over, I don't know, let's say centuries.
Mm-hmm.
And now with all of this social media, internet, accessible,
Camera accessible.
accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for us to express what's going on
Yeah.
and share with others our own experiences.
And pain.
Of course,
That's
of course.
painful. And I know you might have one more experience, right? That you want to share, or no?
Well,
With that, or no?
I can share all the things,
Mhm.
but I
No.
think I think
That's
that's good
good.
enough.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
good enough.
we are going to move on to the
All
next
I can
topic.
say is that I'm being blessed. With
Yes.
the example that you gave us about this person, what's
Mhm.
his name again?
Khalif Brown. Khalif Browner.
Khalif Browner.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I'm being blessed. I'm being blessed because I'm alive, I'm healthy, and I thank God. I thank God for all His blessings.
Yeah. So thank you for that, for sharing that.
You're welcome.
I know it's not easy all the time.
You're welcome.
The next topic that I think that a lot of you guys will also relate to, and me, is actually talking about fitness,
Yes.
right? Fitness, like, I mean, look at your muscle. Like, let's see. I got my muscle. He's got his muscle, like pretty nice. Um, not to like keep doing that, but it is nice to have muscle and to feel good with ourselves. Fitness. When did you, can you share your experience about
Sure.
fitness? And
So I started fitness fully into fitness. Sorry, back in 2014. I remember it was May. that's when I decided to start fitness like 100%. So, but since I was a kid, I always loved sports, so all sports.
Yeah.
But fitness, always like fitness. My dad always has been a man who loves to play basketball, even though he's not that good in basketball. But my dad is very he's 77 years old. He's very, let's say, athlete.
Yeah.
Athletic.
Yep.
Athletic, because he's an older man. But if you guys see my father, he's 77 years old. He's been dealing with thyroid issues, and he's pretty skinny, but his energy and the way he is amazing. So I think I get that from him. Also from my mom. My mom is leukemia survivor, and she's 74, and she's a human being full of energy. And I think I get that from both of them. So fitness for me is everything. Fitness changed my life in many different ways, and I thank God. I thank God for the day that I make the decision of get into fitness 100%.
In fitness, we want to say it is like working out. Okay. Working out, and
it's more than just working out. It's a combination of working out as when you have a good healthy lifestyle. That means the way what you eating, the way you carry yourself in your daily basis. You work out, you are very mindful about the food that you put in your body. So you mindful about resting. You mindful about avoiding stress. You mindful. I mean, fitness is.
Y puedes decir eso en español.
Oh yes, I can say that in Spanish. Yeah. So definitely. Yo comencé fitness en el 2014. Para mí fitness es algo completamente que cambió mi vida. Siempre he sido una persona atlética. I forgot to mention my brother. My brother, he is, from the very beginning, he's 10 years older than me. So when I was 3 years old, he was 13 years old. So when he was 20, I was 10. He was involved in boxing, surfing, karate, cycling. I mean, everything. So my brother for me was my role model. You understand? So, in Spanish. So, una de las cosas que más me motivó a mí a lo que es fitness, en primer lugar, aparte de mi papá, que siempre ha sido una persona atlética, aunque es un hombre mayor, tiene 77 años, es una persona pues que está lidiando con tiroides hace muchos años y es bastante delgado, pero tiene 77 años y hace unas cosas que una persona mucho más joven que él quizás no las haría, ¿me entiendes? Mi papá camina completamente derecho para tener 77 años. No es una persona que a sus 77... Tú hablas de una persona de 77 años y tú te imaginas a alguien viejito, bien viejito.
Yeah.
Pero mi papá es una persona sumamente llena de energía. Y mi mamá también, a pesar de que mi mamá tiene muchas condiciones de salud, pero es sobreviviente de leucemia. Y yo creo que esa fuerza y ese ánimo lo saqué de ambos, lo saqué de ellos. Ahora bien, mi hermano, mi único hermano, ese ha sido mi role model, ¿cómo se dice eso en español?
La persona que tú miras para.
Sí, pero la palabra. Bueno, se me olvidó la palabra. Pero mi hermano siempre fue, sin él saberlo, no sé si alguna vez se lo he dicho, creo que se lo mencioné una vez. Él fue mi modelo a seguir, esa es la palabra correcta, mi modelo a seguir. Él es 10 años mayor que yo. Cuando él tenía 20, yo tenía 10. Mi hermano estuvo en karate, mi hermano estuvo en boxeo, mi hermano practicó el surfing, mi hermano ciclismo. O sea, mi hermano siempre estuvo activo en todo lo que tiene que ver con deportes. Y como mi hermano mayor, yo siendo un niño, siempre yo quería ser como mi hermano. Yo mi hermano lo veía brincando a la cuica, cuando estaba en sus prácticas de boxeo. Y eso para mí era algo sumamente,
Awesome.
me llamaba la atención y fue algo que siempre me motivó. Ahora bien, yo hice unos cambios en la vida mía, cometí unos errores, pero esa semilla siempre estuvo ahí dentro de mí. Y llegó la oportunidad que Dios me abrió las puertas y me hizo recapacitar y me hizo cambiar esos errores que yo estaba cometiendo. Y ahí es cuando yo decido entonces entrar en fitness 100%.
¿Y fitness significa qué?
Fitness significa, bueno, ejercicios, levantamiento de pesas, podemos ponerlo junto todo. Correr, ciclismo, natación, ejercicios.
Mindful of what you're putting into.
Exacto,
right?
a eso voy.
Okay.
Ejercicios con el peso de tu propio cuerpo. Lo que tú comes, la comida que tú pones dentro de tu cuerpo, ¿me entiendes? O sea, fitness no es simplemente hacer ejercicio y ya.
Yes.
Fitness para mí es a lifestyle, es un estilo de vida. So para mí fitness es una necesidad. It's a necessity. So like you have to eat every day. Fitness for me is an everyday thing. Okay. So for me, God is first, my family second place, fitness third place.
That's awesome. I mean, I think that I want to say something with that because sometimes people, some of us might not be so well educated. And one, we grew up maybe in a household that wasn't so, healthy. We didn't eat healthy snacks. We didn't eat healthy food. And maybe your parents were just like, they just bought you whatever they could buy you. And whatever was in the cabinet, that's what we ate, So, but I think that once you get to a certain age, I think that it is our responsibility to become educated in what it is that we should be doing ourselves. So for me, I know that, my parents will eat healthy stuff, but not healthy. Like I used to eat McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, like all that food. Like I used to just eat anything and everything that my mom brought and had in her cabinet. I will eat it. Any food, anything. Like I'll just eat it, even if it was bad. And before I used to have a bad impression for healthy people. Like my aunt, one of my aunts, she actually was really, really healthy and would eat salad all the time. And I was like, that's not me. I rather enjoy my good, bad food. But what I did not know was, remember, you have to read, you have to learn. That's what the part that I said, educate yourself, because I didn't know all those hormones were being put into the meat that we're eating, and those hormones actually affect our physique, our physical body image, our how we think,
and health,
and our health. And the more bad we end up eating, that's where we end up seeing the inflammation in our body without us knowing, right? So then we start hearing about diabetes, we start hearing about high blood pressure, and remember, sometimes some things are medical, like some things could be something genetics, right? And you sometimes could not avoid everything. But I think that when people tell me, well, I'm going to die anyways, I just say, well, what is the quality of life that you want to live, right? Yes. Because, we're all going to die. We cannot avoid death. But what we can avoid is whether you want to choose to live a life that you are comfortable in or that you are regretting what you ended up doing. So, for example, I always give this example of, do I want to be the person that ate everything and I'm enjoying all these bad foods and everything that I know that are not good for me, and because I have no self-discipline, I'm just going to keep doing it and keep eating it. And then when I get older, I start having diabetes, high blood pressure. I can't take care of myself. Therefore, my family can't also take care of me. So where do I go? Foster care. our old people, what are those called? Old people?
You mean not
wanna
foster
call it.
care? We're talking about like a home care
For older
for
people,
older
right?
people. Yes.
So, and I've actually worked in a place like that. And for me, imaging that is the image that I saw was you have to wait for somebody to take you outside.
Mhm.
You have to wait for somebody to give you your medication. Your family could forget about you, forget about me. And if, I'm wearing diapers because we're all, if something could happen, right?
Mhm.
It's the reality, it's the truth.
Mhm.
Am I gonna be in that diaper wet and whatever until somebody comes and takes care of me? And so do I want to choose that, or do I want to choose the other one where I'm comfortable in my own home, even if I'm moving slower, but I can still I know where my food is coming from, I know where my bed is at,
Mhm.
and I'm
Definitely.
able to walk slowly but comfortably.
But don't wait until you finally realize that it's time to change your diet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say diet because people have the wrong
Section
perception
about
of
that.
diet.
Yeah.
People hear the word
Diet
diet
and
and
then
they
like,
think it's like, oh, I can eat. I
yeah.
can eat what I like and things like that. No, it's not about that. It's about eat the right thing, what is healthy for you.
Yeah.
And you know how much thing you can avoid at early age. Don't wait until the doctor say to you, hey, I'm sorry, but I have bad news. You're gonna have to make a lot of changes in your diet because the diagnose is this or this or this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you open your eyes and you're like, oh my god, I need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait until that.
I
Do it
think,
now.
yeah.
Do it now, because if we talk about 40 years ago, 30 years ago, the information about health was not accessible like it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you waste your time in social media doing things that it's not going to bring nothing positive to your life, the same browser that you use to open social media is the same browser that you can open to look for good research about health, about eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think
And that's how you started.
take
too.
action. Yes,
That's how you
take
started.
action at early age.
And don't wait.
Is the key.
And don't wait for somebody, like you said, like don't wait for a family to tell you, well, you need to do this. And if you're the person that you don't like nobody telling you what to do, right? Because I know there's many people like that, like, don't tell me what to do. I know how to do it. I know whatever. Okay, so you take initiative. And what I like about you and your lifestyle of eating healthy, working out, is your self-discipline.
Yes.
And I think that it all comes down to self-discipline, because
yes.
I know there's so many people talk, oh yeah, I eat healthy. Yes, I ate good for like a week, and then boom, it's done. They fall
back. Yeah.
But I think that self-discipline is what really, and right here, that all goes with health and wellness. Just making sure you're taking care of yourself, one, right? Because if your mind is saying, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, and everything that comes out of your mouth is I can't, and it's negative, then that's what's going to become of you, and you're never going to take that step to move forward. But if you say, you know what, I haven't been able to do this, but today is going to be a different day.
Mm-hmm.
Today I am going to take a notebook and I'm going to research how to start adding more vegetables in my diet
and write
in
it
my
down.
food, and write it down.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep going like that. And that you take baby steps. You don't have to be like somebody who knows everything, because I don't know everything. I never knew everything either. I went from what it was that I was trying, and also just even meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It helped us to say, hey, let's read this. Look at the ingredients. Like, wow, this is good and this is not good. And you saw the process of how I eliminated chicken, right?
Yes.
Like, I went from buying it from Walmart to like maybe Price Chopper to buying it like in whole foods,
and
organic.
and then we switched to organic, and then we realized that not even organic is good.
Yes.
So yeah.
So it's the process, and I think that self-discipline. Like I know A has he has an 8-pack, he has lean muscle, but that also
5% body fat.
5% body fat. That's pretty good.
Yes.
Diga eso en español.
Mi porciento de grasa en mi cuerpo es de 5%.
Y tú tienes, how you say 8-pack in Spanish?
8 abdominales.
Sí, 8 abdominales. Y el cuerpo de él, his body looks good. And this is what I also want to say. Somebody can look at him, a lot of people, and be like, he's showing off.
Or he's using steroids or something like that.
Steroids, yeah. That's the mentality of some. But also because I know him too, and also his family know him, they know, and he said it. He started fitness since he was in year 2014. We're in 2020. He's been self-disciplined every single day.
Since then,
every single day. So his 8-pack didn't just show up like that. His eating habits didn't change like that. And though, your how much percent of fat you have?
5%.
5% of fat didn't just go away and he just showed, it showed up like that. It took him learning. It took patience for himself.
So let me tell you something.
¿Le puedes decir en español?
Okay. So first in English, quick. I dislocated my shoulder back in 2005. So in New York City, and since then I'm always in pain. Today I'm in pain. Okay. So when you have an issue like that, it's hard for you to focus on your workout. So 2005, when I decided to start my fitness journey in 2014, I didn't went straight to the gym. I started doing calisthenics. I went to the park. It was still cold weather. My jump rope, push-ups. In my house, I had a set of 25 pounds dumbbells, and I put in practice all the knowledge that I had at that moment about fitness, and I started doing it. And even though I was working in a gym for the YMCA, esa fue la parte que se me olvidó, aquel detalle, but it's okay. So I see people working out every day. I hear the weights, the medals, bam, and me like, I feel that, like I want to work out. I want to be there. I see some people doing certain things, and in my mind, I'm like, he's doing it right. He's not doing it right. I can do better than that, or I can correct the person. But because, I was only the maintenance guy, I was the cleaning guy, the janitor. So I don't want to get involved in none of that. But also because of my shoulder, I didn't want to get into the weights yet. So that's when I decided to start with calisthenics on my own, with my own knowledge. And over a year after, then I was like, now I'm ready. And I start fitness. And this is a learning process. I mean, you're not going to learn everything like this, So it took me some time to realize that this is so much, but so good for your life, for your future, for your health. The health, not only your health, but also the health of the people who's around you. You know why? Because when you change your habits, your negative habits, your bad habits, people around you start looking at you. It's the same thing when people start getting high and start doing bad things. It catches the attention of the people who's around them. It's up to them to, I don't want to be close to this guy because all the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
And maybe some of them say, I want to be like him, But when you do it in a positive way, like the way you eat, your eating habits, your workouts, how disciplined you are with yourself and everything that you're doing. They like, wow, this guy was not like that. He changed his body. I mean, what can I do to be like him? You understand? And that's positive. That's positive. You know, that's something good. That's something that you can give to others to learn
without going and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing this
without
for other
showing
people."
off. Without
It's
showing
just
off.
his own journey of change.
Exactly.
And what he's doing is something that is positive, that is encouraging others who want to go into that road of changing their lifestyle, of how they eat, how they work out. Pero lo puedes decir en español porque se te olvidó.
Okay. No. Okay. I say it in English because some people. Yeah. It's a part of it that I didn't say it, so now I'm gonna say it in Spanish. So cuando yo empecé mi fitness, yo en el 2005 me disloqué el hombro derecho. So para mí fue muy difícil poder hacer ejercicios específicos porque el dolor en el hombro era muy fuerte y se me salía el hombro, se me salía el brazo. Mi hermano entiende eso porque sabe, él ha pasado por lo mismo. Cuando llegó el 2014, ya yo estaba trabajando para YMCA en un gimnasio y yo escuchaba las pesas dando el metal, la gente haciendo fuerza y haciendo el ejercicio, y eso a mí pues es mi pasión, me encanta. ¿Qué pasa? Yo sabía que yo no me podía poner a hacer ejercicio a ese nivel de pesas, aunque me llamaba tanto la atención. Yo decidí hacer ejercicios con el peso de mi propio cuerpo. Empecé a brincar cuica, tenía un set de pesas de 25 libras en mi casa, empecé a darle a las pesas en mi casa, un set nada más, hacer push-ups, hacer abdominales. Empecé a prepararme y empecé a fortalecer mi hombro, pensando, yo voy a estar ahí, yo voy a ser parte de esa gente que están haciendo ejercicios, pero yo no estoy ready para hacerlo ahora. Yo me voy a preparar, yo voy a fortalecer mi hombro, y cuando yo me sienta fuerte a un nivel que yo digo, tengo la capacidad para poder hacer ejercicio en el gimnasio, pues entonces lo voy a hacer. Y ahí fue que di ese paso. Cuando me sentí, luego de un año de estar haciendo ejercicio con el peso de mi propio cuerpo, fue cuando dije, ahora estoy ready. Y decidí empezar el fitness en el 2014 y lo logré. Y a mí, yo cocino mi comida. Ella cocina también, pero yo cocino mi propia comida y es parte de la disciplina. Esto se trata de disciplina. Esto se trata de un estilo de vida. Si tú quieres cambiar, esto no se trata de una temporada. Esto no se trata de que el verano está por llegar y yo tengo que verme así o así. Esto no se trata de eso, porque siempre vas a fallar, ¿me entiendes? Esto se trata de que esto es un estilo de vida. Esto es algo que lo tienes que hacer a diario. Esto es algo que tiene que ser parte de ti. Esto es algo más allá de una imagen, más allá de verte con un cuerpo bonito, o que en el caso de las mujeres que tienen las nalgas grandes, que tienen los muslos grandes, esto es mucho más que eso, ¿ok? Sí. Por eso muchas personas, hombres y mujeres, empiezan una temporada pensando, quiero hacer ejercicio y, no sé, me quiero preparar porque el verano viene. En Puerto Rico siempre es verano, como quien dice. Aquí pues se entiende porque el invierno llega y el frío está brutal. Y la gente se quiere preparar para el verano. Pero esto no es algo de temporada, esto es algo de todos los días, ¿me entiendes? Y el fitness cambió mi vida, y si cambió mi vida también puede cambiar la tuya. Perdón. La disciplina que tú tienes es puesta a prueba cada vez que tú decides verte bien. No pienses en verte bien, porque eventualmente tú te vas a ver bien. Piensa primero en tu salud. O sea, si tú tienes unos buenos hábitos alimenticios, haces ejercicio, la imagen va a mejorar porque estás mejorando de adentro hacia afuera, ¿me entiendes? So, no lo puedes estar pensando como que, ay, yo quiero rebajar, ay, yo quiero bajar unas libras porque mira qué gordo o qué gorda estoy. No se trata de eso, se trata de que esto es un estilo de vida con el que debes de vivir todos los días, ¿me entiendes? Y eso depende de ti.
And that's just, and thank you for sharing that. Yes. I appreciate that. Again, that's his truth, and he's sharing his, how he went through the path of changing his lifestyle when it comes to health and fitness. And even though it's a struggle, remember, sometimes, yes, you want to just, even if you say, well, okay, I'm gonna do it to change it for the summer, right? To change my body for the summer. But if you see that you love yourself the way that your body is changing, right, then continue. That's the part of self-discipline. You have to continue to take care of yourself, because remember, at the end of the day, nobody else cares for you as much as you. That's it. If I don't care about myself, how can he care for me? And how can my son take care of me? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I have to literally make sure that I'm taking care of my health. One, because I want to be here living a life that is more active, and I'm able to do more and be there for even my son's grandkids, for my grandkids later on. But more than that, I think that health-wise, I don't want to be in a hospital. I don't want to have the hospital be taking care of me, and then I have all these bills that I have to worry about, and that's when I'm like regretting. And the worst thing that I think that we can do is actually regret,
Definitely.
And I know that we're not perfect. I know that it's very, very difficult. But I also know that it's very possible, just as much as it is very difficult. And yes, you're going to have days where you're just going to feel like, not my day. Okay, no problem. But guess what? The next day comes, don't give up, because you have to just say, okay, I have a bad day. I have a few bad days. That's no problem. But you have to go back, and you have to have the self-discipline, because at the end of the day, I think that one of the biggest changes that I've made in my mind was, if I'm doing a workout, if I'm eating healthy, if I'm doing the workout halfway, no energy, just for different, I don't want to do it. You know who's cheating themselves out of that workout? It's not him. It's not nobody else who's looking at me. It's me. So now, before, I used to I hated doing certain things. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Even though I'm very athletic and I'm very active, I don't like doing certain workouts. But then eventually I put it in my mind that I was like, hey, this is for you. This is not for him. He already is doing it. This is for you. This is for you to get better. You want something better? Go ahead and do it. But is it gonna be easy? No, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna cry? Yes. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, but afterwards, I think that this is one thing that everybody can relate to and say, even though you are going through working out and you're like, I hate this and stuff, after the workout, I can bet you nobody ever has said, man, that was a waste of time.
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think so.
I can never, even me, I can never say, man, I should have not done that.
You can get mad about the workout because maybe it's difficult. But then when you're done and you feel the soreness, you're like, wow, that was good.
That was good.
That was good.
And your change of your body is going to come, and you're going to start seeing it. But remember, change takes time.
Definitely.
Change, his body did not change like that again. And so many people, I noticed, I'm super proud of him, because he has accomplished something that so many of us want, but we want to take the easier way out. Right? And there's no easy way to where we want to go. It's a straight path of this.
It's hard work and dedication, and believe me, that pays off.
And it pays off at the end. It's discipline, it's self-discipline. And that's why, when he talks about his health and his fitness progress, because to me, you motivate me, and I think you motivate so many other people too. And even my son looks up to him, because he's like, man, I want to have abs too when I get older. And he's like, mom, look, I got biceps and stuff like that, because it's motivating to our kids, and that's even more important for me, because they're our future. And I'm showing my son how to also eat healthy, how to go through the struggles, and maybe when we don't want to do it, but we go through it, and then that's what he's gonna want to do ultimately. This is the seed that we're planting now, even though maybe our parents didn't know how to, right? Even though we grew up in a home that there was none of this educational stuff or this experiences of health and fitness or anything that's got to do about us and taking care of ourselves. But now you're learning it. Definitely. Right? Now it's up to us to start, to plant that seed, and then our children can continue being better than what we started, Definitely. But did you have anything else to say with that?
Well, what I can say is just don't wait. Just do it. Do it. And don't think it's going to take me too long to get there. Just start. Go ahead. I'm too old. Go for it. I'm too old. I don't know. I don't like to talk about age, but I'm 41 years old. Okay. So for some people, they don't believe me, I'm not going to be saying that I'm 41 if I'm not 41. If I'm 32 or 30 or I don't know, I'm not going to be saying that I'm 41. Believe that, okay? So, and I thank God for give me the mentality to change the bad and start doing fitness, okay? Because if I didn't change my life, that's another topic that we can talk another day. If I didn't change my life on time, so I wouldn't be here telling you guys part of my story. I wouldn't be here talking about fitness. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys at 41 years old, 5% body fat,
8-pack,
28 inches waist. 183 pounds. I don't know. I wouldn't be here doing any of this. I would be already on the ground, dead.
And making excuses. A lot of us are making excuses because of our age. Yes. You know what I mean? And that's what I hear. Well, when I was younger, I was able to do that. And I'm like, no, you can still do it. It's okay. You can still start now. Even if you're 50, you can start now. You can start any time. There's no time, because remember, his journey is totally different than my journey. And it's totally different than your journey.
Yeah, very different.
All our journeys are totally different. And you all have a story. I have my story. He has his story, and it's unique. But that's what's the beauty about having many different types of people in the world, right? Because if everything was the same, it would be just plain old boring type of thing. If everybody knew it had to be a certain way, it would be boring. But everybody's journey is different. Your body is going to react totally different with certain things that we're doing. There's totally different for us, right? Or for you. Your workout sometimes is totally different than mine, and it doesn't work the same.
Definitely.
So, but he is able to help me, and I'm able to learn different workouts that work for me. Therefore, I know that there's an opportunity. I know that there is a chance that I can continue to do my workout, because there is many options. How would you say that in español?
So, las oportunidades que te dé la vida, aprovéchalas ahora y hazlas ahora. No esperes a que seas mayor para entonces tomar decisiones. No esperes a que un médico te dé malas noticias para entonces tomar decisiones y hacer cambios en tu vida. Hazlo ahora. No esperes. No esperes, porque en verdad no vale la pena. Y si eres mayor, no te sientas rendido, simplemente comienza, hazlo.
Yep.
No te pongas en tu mente una barrera de qué difícil es, de que esto duele, pero es que ¿cómo tú vas a ver cambios si no estás sudándolo? si no lo estás sufriendo, no vas a ver un cambio, ¿me entiendes? Y aquello que le gusta estar comiendo tanto, todo el tiempo come, y sabes, porque tú lo sabes, que te hace daño, cambia esa mentalidad. Cambia esa mentalidad porque todavía tú puedes comer lo que te gusta, pero hay muchas maneras de poder comer lo que te gusta sin ser glotón, sin estar llenándote, sin estar... Mira,
we find chips. We find some chips, right?
I forgot to say something.
Yeah.
I forgot to say something. I don't drink. For some people, they might think that my life is boring. Nah, man, my life is awesome, you know? I don't drink
either. Yeah, we don't drink.
I mean, I used to drink, okay? I used to smoke too, you know? I don't do those anymore, you know? I changed my life and I don't need it, okay? Yo no tomo, yo no fumo. Y para algunas personas quizás mi vida es un poco aburrida. Pero mira, yo te doy de ejemplo mi propio hermano, que él sabe que hemos salido y no es que él se ha puesto a tomar, pero como hermanos que somos, tenemos la oportunidad de, si estamos en la playa, darnos una bebida, darnos una cerveza. Nada, tú sabes, porque es que es algo que yo no me necesito. Acuérdate, yo pasé por unos procesos en mi vida que el que me conoce sabe, y en verdad no es necesario ensuciar tu cuerpo. El cuerpo de uno es templo del Espíritu de Dios, y mientras tú hagas ejercicio y te alimentes sanamente y estés lejos de todo lo que es impureza para tu cuerpo, créeme que tu cuerpo tiene una ventaja por encima de todas las demás personas que toman, que fuman y que todavía físicamente aparentan verse bien. Pero eso es por un tiempo, eso es por un tiempito, eso se va a caer, de momento se va a caer, ¿me entiendes? Si eres mayor y te sientes como que, estoy como que un poco tarde para hacer cambios en mi vida. No, nunca es tarde. Nunca es tarde, pero no sigas esperando.
Sí.
Hazlo ya.
Yeah.
Hazlo ya. Y si eres joven, empieza ahora. No esperes a llegar a una edad que te digan tienes que hacer estos cambios porque tu salud no está bien. No esperes a eso, hazlo ahora también. ¿Okay?
O porque si tú eres joven, tú necesitas hacer eso, you know? I need to enjoy my life. I need to like be out and be like doing, you know, joining everybody else and partying. I will share this one thing about me. You know, I've tried, you know, like I've drank before and I also have smoked too, but not like that, because it was nothing that there was something that I wanted to do. It was nothing that, even though other people were doing it, I didn't feel like I needed to do it so that I could fit in, right? I know that from personal experience from my parents, biological parents in Guatemala, you know, they drink, they smoke. I was around drinking and smoking and drugs and everything around. But I'm thankful that I never went and chose that path for me, because at the end of the day, you can drink and you can smoke. Yes, that's fine. That's your choice. But remember, if you're only drinking and smoking to get rid of how you're feeling, right? It's only numbing your feelings at that moment. But those situations never go away. So if I'm feeling bad about myself and my life sucks and I'm not losing weight and there's all this stress and everything, let me go drink. Guess what? The next day, those problems are going to still be there. The only thing that's going to change is your actions towards what it is that you really want to change. Okay, you want to change how you look? Okay, let me start walking. Let me start educating myself what foods I need to eat, what I need to stop eating. You need to change on how many bills, you know, like you're broke all the time. Okay, let me see what I'm spending money on that I don't need to spend money on. Let me just focus on my bills and what it is that I need to take care of. And let me see how I can save, right? Let me figure it out. There's always a reason. And again, I always say this. I'm a girl that came from Guatemala. I was an orphan. I lived in the streets. I had no education. I came here to America. I learned English, and I've educated myself too. And I'm educating myself. I'm still a student. I'm always learning. Always.
Definitely.
So, but the fact that I know that, and a girl from Guatemala came all the way here and I'm standing in front of you, that means that anything is possible.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Anything is possible because there's no excuses. At the end of the day, it's just excuses that we make for ourselves and to try to make ourselves feel better. And if you're around people that don't support you, move away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Move away from that and start surrounding yourself with positive people who really, really, truly support you and love you for who you are as an individual.
Definitely.
That's it. And we're all making mistakes. We're all not perfect. But I think that just starting with yourself, I think that's going to make a difference in your life and you're going to start feeling better. So if you don't have anything else to say, I just want to say thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
It's not easy to get him on, you guys. So you guys literally, this is the only time maybe you'll see him for a long time.
It's not easy, and actually it's the first live that I have done in YouTube. Mm-hmm. So maybe it won't be the first one only, it will be many more.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah, and I thank you because he's very private too. He's very humble, and I don't want to say that, one, because he's my boyfriend, and one, because he's actually a true friend. He's really a true friend. He has supported me through a lot of difficulties in my life too. And I wouldn't be honest and I wouldn't be doing this if I knew that he was not a nice person or somebody who was supportive even with me and my dreams, and even changing my lifestyle when it comes to health and fitness, when it comes to just being there for one another. And I truly thank you for that, because you're really you're awesome with that. So
thank you.
So yeah, so I just want to say thank you, you guys, and remember, surround yourself with positive people, surround yourself with people who actually support you. And yes, we are going through so much right now, and Alif, you say but just be honest with yourself. Start doing for yourself and just stop making excuses. Right now, COVID-19 is going on. I know some of us have jobs. I know some of us do not have jobs, but there's an opportunity here. And that's to actually start taking care of yourself and taking your health more seriously when it comes to fitness, when it comes to walking and what it is that you're eating and how you live in your life. At the end of the day, it's your choice. But we're here sharing our truth, and Anelli really, much appreciated everything that you share in your experiences, even with racial discrimination. We all go through that, and I think that sharing our truth is important so that we can encourage others. And if you like this too, you guys can share this video to everybody else too, who that is going to be, relatable too. But thank you so much for those who are watching and supporting.
Thank you.
Really, really much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in another time, okay? So have a blessed night, you guys. And we'll see you. ¿Lo quieres decir en español?
So, que pasen buenas noches. Gracias por la oportunidad que nos dieron de entrar a sus casas, ¿verdad? O donde quiera que sea que nos están viendo. Gracias por eso. Siempre manténganse en activo. Escuchen el consejo, pero más que escucharlo, póngalo dentro de su pecho y llévelo hacia adelante. O sea, cambien su vida. Eso queda de parte de ustedes. Háganlo. No esperen por nada ni por nadie. Simplemente take action. Yeah. Háganlo ya.
Puerto Rico y Guatemala.
Eso así.
Oh, look. Mildred dijo, me encantó.
Saludos a Mildred.
Thank you, Mildred. Thank you, Alif. Asif. Asif is uno de mis estudiantes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Thank you, Asif, for watching.
Saludos, Mildred. Awesome. Dios me los bendiga. Se me cuidan mucho.
Yeah, Puerto Rico. Yes, and Guatemala. Let's go. Bye.
Bye-bye.